Oh yes. That lunch was a bit more intense than I intended. Ended up making butter fried pepper steak with mashed potatoes, garlic butter. Well, actually not mashed potato, jacket potato, garlic butter, bacon bits. Oh, so good. A few peas on the side. Onions, of course. Onion bath for the steak before preparing it. Good stuff, man. Salted and peppered. Gorgeous. Ah, man. It's one of those meals where, especially if you've been trying to eat healthily like I have lately, one of those things where your body goes, you know what? We're good now. All that stuff you've been forcing me to choke down, I'm not gonna cause you a jump about it. For the rest of the day, you're gonna feel like a king for feeding me this.
We meet again.
Hey, Blige.
You look terrible.
I feel
Cheer
great.
up. Life is an adventure.
Like I said, genuinely upbeat.
There's
He's delighted to be
somebody
free.
I ought to warn you about, a fellow who lacks common decency.
Yeah, I can't be
They
having that,
call
what?
him Patches the hyena. And he's the one that laid that trap for me. He's the kind of person who'd stab his mother in the back. If you happen to spot him,
Kick, maybe.
you'll be doing us all a favour by putting him out of his misery. Have you been to the altar where sorcerers summon shadows? Well, I think someone may be trapped in the lower cavity. I heard them praying for dear life. Pity the poor fool. He probably fell for one of Patch's old tricks.
Yeah, if you don't free Blige, you don't get that pre-warning. You'll see what he's talking about in a moment. I like Blige. The game sort of... I think it makes him likeable because it sort of wants you, almost, to kill Patches. So that if you... Because if you do, it's fine. But as the game progresses, he gets you better and better stuff. Stuff that you can only get from him. I think he's the only merchant in the entire game you can buy shards of
You
Archstone
sure
from.
not to get yourself killed?
I think he might be one of the only merchants you can get certain other items from as well. We'll see that later. But Blige is cool. If you're playing a hunter, you definitely want to free Blige because he gives you all the stuff. All the bows, all the arrows, all the goodies. Ah yes. Here in the Shrine of Storms, we're an equal opportunity employer. Death is not the handicap it used to be in the olden days around here. No, no. Got positions for everybody. Mook number 1, Mook number 3, even the coveted Mook 6. Yes, yes. The Reapers and the Shadow Lurkers. There's a lot of lurkers in this game. A lot of things named Lurker. Things tend to hang around. The Shadow Lurkers themselves are not particularly threatening enemies at all, just in and of themselves. The threat tends to come from the fact they tend to be a lot in number. Like their attacks are really, really slow and easy to get away from. For the most part, the basic versions of them anyway. So the threat is just that there's so goddamn many of them. And I think as long as the Reaper's alive, he can keep resummoning them, if I remember correctly. This is a great spot to farm. If you want to farm like soul levels, this level is great for it. You can just keep running around this chamber. As long as you stay away from the Reaper himself, because he's got... that! The Finger of Death. Oh, I forgot how difficult that is to get away from. Yeah. He has a ridiculously well-tracked soul arrow attack. This is a crap ton of damage. Like, I'm in body form. I'm not exactly slacking for levels. And I think I've got a pretty decent setup in terms of magical resist, but that took like 3/4 of my health off in a single blast. It's the kind of attack that can one-shot kill you at lower levels. Like, the game really wants you to like stack magic defense to come here. Or the either that or just be really good at dodging, which my reflexes aren't really up to these days, sadly. It's annoying because that's how I tend to prefer playing FromSoft games, is ignore defense and just dodge everything. So I have to rely less on reactions and more on memorizing attack patterns to get around that. Oh god. Upgraded Black Skelly Man. Yeah, he takes like no damage. He's not exactly an unupgraded weapon I'm using here. He gives no craps, just powers straight through. Hyper armor. Almost dead though, if I can just stay alive. Well, I believe that's the game's way of saying, up yours. And he bled me as I died, apparently. Oh, okay, it's a red-eye version. Actually, Yeah, it's a red-eye version, isn't he? That's not something that was entirely unique to Sekiro. That's something they reused from this. The eye colour indicating this is a more powerful version of the creature you've encountered. Oh well. I can show you the shortcut drop now. It's not actually a long level, believe it or not. Like, if you ignore basically everything and just run through it, this level does not take very long. I've kind of elongated that weird finger of death is. You can blitz from the start to the end, using stuff like that little drop shortcut that I just did. And there's another shortcut I'm going to try and show you guys a bit later on as well. In fact, if I can actually successfully kill this arsehole, or at least point out where the shortcut that skips the entire level is. Yeah, that's actually a thing. Like, how you can sort of skip the first level of Stonefang. There's a similar sort of thing you can do by finding a careful drop-off point here. However, you do need to have visited World 5 first, because you have to have the cat ring, or else it doesn't work. You can like drop off these cliffs basically. If you've got the cat ring equipped, the game will basically wait a few extra seconds before killing you, as it tries to figure out if the cat ring gives you enough extra, like, fall distance for you to survive. Damn it. Well, there goes my prize. Good job I'm not making a crescent weapon. Well, yes. If you don't have the cat ring, you hit the kill box before you get a chance to do the glitch. If you've got the cat ring, the game will hold off just long enough. It's the best bow in the game, by the way, potentially, the white bow. As ridiculous stats you need to actually wield the damn thing. But it is the most powerful bow in the game. Combine that with holy arrows, you're going to kick some serious arse. You really are. And where was it? Yes. Combine all those things, you can basically drop off the side of these cliffs, basically where the black skeleton was. And you can just about touch the ground at the bottom before the game kills you. So if you quit out at more or less exactly the moment that the game finally registers, yes, you're dead. Because the way all FromSoft games work, the game is constantly tracking where you're currently standing, and if the place you're standing is solid ground and is safe for the player. That's to avoid you like spawning inside walls and crap, or spawning just constantly falling off a dangerous cliff, that sort of thing. But in this particular case, you do that, and it registers the last place you touched that was flat, safe ground was at the bottom of the cliff. However,
hello again.
Hey Badgers, that cliff is actually in World 4
I didn't mean to do you wrong. Really? Come on now. We've got better things to fret about.
We already had this conversation, Badgers.
Is filled with treasure. But,
Treasure?
I can't get to it myself. Go on, have a look. It's more riches than I've ever dreamed of.
I can't imagine like coming to this completely fresh, not knowing the joke that is Patch's character.
Have a look at
Especially if you
that treasure
hadn't
down in the pit.
freed rather oblige.
Then we'll work out a way.
There's the shield I was talking about, by the way. It's got the adjudicator on it. Yeah. Interesting enough, there's a spell you get from the adjudicator's soul, I think. I know it's a miracle that has the same effect. You cast it and it regens you. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, so you land at the bottom of the cliffs. The game registers you as touching the ground in World 4 free, successfully. As long as you quit out before the game actually kills you and has a chance to save to its memory the fact it's done that, it'll respawn you in World 4 free, standing on top of a set of cliffs you're not actually supposed to be able to touch. If I remember correctly. Yeah. Then you simply walk forward and to the left after you've reloaded.
Take your time, starving to death. Then I'll sell every last trinket off your corpse.
Good guy, Patches. A man of the people. And yeah, you're basically standing at that point in the boss room for World 4 free. Walk over to the fog gate to trigger the cutscene that actually spawns the boss. Yeah. You have then just skipped the entirety of World 4-2 and the boss for that level. Which is just marvellous, really.
Heavens! Did you fall for that little devil's trap? Well, I did the same. He fooled me, and now I am stuck here. The reverberations seem to suggest that we are connected to the outside.
You
But
know we are.
dark, fearsome souls stand between us and freedom. But have no fear. God will cleanse us of evil.
Can you do anything about my
Pray
ankle?
with me. Umbasa.
Anyhow, anything else to say, Urbane, just before I go and do this?
Well, the reverberate, but
Surprisingly
pray,
little
Umbasa.
dialogue, Urbane. Yes. That item on top of the pillar? That's an item we can only get with pure white tendency. It's a magic sword. A pretty decent magic sword, as I recall. This chap here, he was the original owner of it. His own son murdered him and kicked him down a pit. And then only later realised, shit. The corpse has landed in such a position, I can't reach my dad's magic sword. Not only that, but the way into the pit is locked. And oh god, my father's vengeful soul has come back from the grave and is guarding the weapon I attempted to kill him for. Oops! Yeah, that's who this guy is. And yeah, in case you hadn't guessed already, the NPC in question is Satsuki. The guy I mentioned who was standing on top of the fortress at the beginning of level 1. 4-1 that is. Yeah, it's one of those sort of stories. Can't beat a bit of patricide, right? Right. I'm gonna let you die of poison, because it's funnier that way. Ooh, catch me, chase me! Oh, he fell over. He stubbed his toe, broke his ankle. He's just had a heart attack. It's been a long while since Satsuki's dad chased the young lady around. It's too much for his heart. Anyhow, once you've got the sword, you can go back to the beginning of World 4-1. Satsuki will jump down from his little post and demand to inspect the sword. You'll then also ask... No, wait. If you've got your inventory, he asks to see it. So you can get the chance to give an option, a dialogue option to give it to him. If you give it to him, he jumps you and attacks you. With the sword.
You! Hey, look,
Me?
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean what I said. Well, I mean, a man's got to make a living, right? Here, look. I can make up for it. There aren't many humans like us. We need to stick together.
I have plenty of sticky white stuff to do that with.
Take this as a token of my friendship. You've seen one of these before, surely.
Yes, indeed.
Come on. No need to drag each other.
I'm never going to make the obvious joke. Yes, FromSoft made a couple of mistakes, trusting a British firm to translate their stuff and not put jokes into it. Yeah.
Oh, it's you. Did you cleanse the world of another dark soul today?
Dark Souls?
God
Yes, I did.
has chosen you, and for that we are thankful.
Yeah, sure.
Umbasa.
And potato to you as well.
God has Umbasa.
Anything else? No. Okay. But yeah. Point being, Satsuki's a dick. He really is. I think if you talk to him and you've already got the Makoto equipped, he just jumps you and attempts to kill you to take it. If he successfully kills you, he takes it. I think you can still get it back. I don't think it's one of those games where if he kills you, that's it, he vanishes. It's all over. Although, actually, no. If he takes it, you might then have to kill his Black Phantom version to get it back. I can't remember exactly how it works. If you kill him and he doesn't successfully take the sword, if you're giving him the sword and you kill him, you get it back. If he is not, but he attacks you and you kill him, he drops Hiltless, which is like the second best. Because Makoto is like arguably the best katana in the game. Hiltless is like second best in terms of like regular weapons. Yeah, the Hiltless. Is it the Hiltless does native bleed damage or more bleed damage? And the Uchi Katana either doesn't do bleed damage or doesn't do very much. I can't remember exactly how it works out. But there are factors that basically, I remember having this discussion with people and playing through myself. The general consensus was if you're going to go for a katana that wasn't magical, Hiltless was the way to go. I remember that much. Ooh, nice try, that could have been dangerous. It hit me in the face. I should have enchanted my weapon to make this go faster, but... oh well. You guys don't exactly take a lot of damage to kill anyway. Ah! He knocked my shield aside. And then just stood there and admired his own handiwork. As you do. Hi. Bye. Can I drop me stuff? No. Why would you, right? Why would you indeed? Right. The gold-plated versions. I think there's actually a description somewhere. God damn it. And now they know I'm here. Good job, homing soul arrow spell. How much damage does this do? Oh, Jesus. Ah! Oh, I slipped. Okay. Another one for the goofy sound effect if I didn't. In fact, note to future self. Insert comedy sound effect there. I love dying to my own stupidity. That's an awesome thing to happen. Yeah, well. Never mind, never mind. At least I know the quick drop. That's gonna help. Yep. Don't have to worry about killing anyone. Although I should probably... yeah, I'm gonna have to kill you anyway, just in case you finger of death me in the spine, aren't I? There we go. I don't think that's actually the name of the spell, by the way. I've just been watching a lot of D&D roleplay stuff lately. Kind of stuff that normally I would never bother to watch. Not because it's bad or anything, just like normally I wouldn't have the time to commit like 4 or 5 hours of my life to watch other people play a board game. Like I say, in quarantine, not much else to do. I'm waiting for the missus to come home from her job in the evenings. She works for the police, so she's still working, bless her. Come on. Let's try this again, shall we? Sorry, checking a text message as I was walking there, that's why I suddenly went quiet. Right. This time. Wow. You guys do take a lot of magic damage, don't you? As I was trying... oh no! As I was trying to say before, there's actually an item description somewhere that mentions magic being really good against scales and golden armor. Which I presume is supposed to be specifically a hint, if you're struggling with these lads, that magic is the way to go. I didn't do as much damage as I was expecting. I know you're blocking, but you literally halved my magic damage just by blocking. Considering you're supposed to be weak to magic, that's your gimmick, that's okay. You know what, I'm not even going to question it. I'm just going to push forward. I got stuff to do, places to be, bosses to kill. Right, that's mine, I think you find. Soul remains, this game's version of the Alluring Skulls. Actually quite useful if you just want to run past the skeletons and ignore them. Okay, skip. There's a ledge we can land on, just down there. We're going to roll to it. And the reason we're doing this, because otherwise we have to trek around a series of staircases that are guarded by creatures that fire Kamehameha death beams at you. And I'm going to do this without falling into the pit that's slightly to my right as well. This is going to be interesting. Thank God for the pillar. Ah, shit. I should have ran. Ow. Yep, should have run. Oh, God. Yeah, that was way too slow. You have to sort of hit the ground running. Okay, we're back. Note to self. When you get down there this time... yeah. This time, don't stop running. Just keep moving, it's fine. Ignore everything else. No time to pick up souls, just gamble, run, move, please, flee, escape. There we go. Get this dickhead out of the way. No, roll. Ah! Didn't have enough time to recover from the animation to roll, but I didn't die. So I'm counting that as a success. Yeah. Basically, if you don't do that, you have to walk down, like, 2 staircases. Like, really narrow staircases you can't, like, dodge roll away from. And they sit there and they fire Kamehameha beams at you. You either have to block it and tank it to get up to them and kill them, or be very, very pinpoint accurate with your rolls. If you're not, you're gonna die. A lot. Yeah, I don't like this level for a reason. I do remember messing around, like many, many years ago. I think it is technically... That's not what I meant to do. I was trying to roll, but the game just said, nope, you didn't push circle. Yeah, I did. No, you didn't. Ah, you missed. No fingering Lozette today. She's not into that. Or you're not into her. Ah. God, by my standards, that was a bad joke. Ooh, goodie. What are the... I think the goodies are mostly just sticky white stuff around here, and a few souls, if I remember correct. A quick check. Yeah, sticky white stuff. Because the next boss you're about to encounter, he's quite weak to magic damage. I mean, like, but most of the creatures in this level are particularly weak to magic damage. Is that the Hiltless? There's like a drop where you can just pick up Hiltless as well. You don't have to worry about killing Satsuki in the right situations. You can just get that one, I think. Some other bits of Dark Moonstone and stuff scattered around. None of it's particularly useful for what I have planned or for my build. I've done pretty well in terms of like leveling up and soul collecting and stuff, so I'm not really concerned about having poppable souls to hand, because I don't really need them, I don't think. So I'm just going to ignore that. If I change my mind, if I suddenly remember there's something particularly important, we'll come back. That is important, by the way, that legendary soul we just picked up. Yeah. If you've been paying attention to like the item descriptions on the Archstones, this is where heroes of the tribe were taken to be judged and interred. If they were like, how can I put, if they were sufficiently heroic, if their exploits should have gone down in the annals. If they're successful, they were then taken to spend the rest of their lives as like adjuncts to the Storm King. It was like a high honour. And this boss we're about to fight, he was the chap behind us. Obviously the spirit of him, demonically changed, of course. Now, since he is bound and prepared for death, he is actually blind. This is a rare instance of a character design actually having gameplay effects in a game. At least of this sort of general era of video games. So his eyes are bound, and he can't see. He can barely hear as well, because it covers his ears. And the music sort of reflects it. It's not like intense battle music. This is sneaky, careful. There's a big dangerous thing looking at you. So yeah, even my fairly weak homing soul arrow can do a decent chunk of damage from a range like this. Which is bloody hilarious. Now we could do the entire fight like this. I could just keep casting this, spicing. However, I can probably do a fair bit more damage by just poking him with my magically enchanted spear here. And like I say, he really is a non-threat. If you approach him like a standard boss fight, you come running at him, twat him with your powerful attacks, dodge roll around. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time. You come here in soul form with the thief ring on, and spend most of your time walking, quietly, do a few attacks, walk away, a few more attacks, walk away. Yeah, he's a complete non-issue. He will lose you instantly because, like I say, he's blind and he barely has any hearing perception. Even if I came here in body form, even without the thief ring, as long as I walked, he still wouldn't be able to track me. The only benefit of soul and thief form is it makes the noise you make quite small as well. So the one sense he does have becomes pointless. So for the most part, unless you go completely ballistic, he's never going to go anywhere near you, to be quite frank. And his soul makes the weapon he's holding as well, which increases item discovery, I think. Other than that, I don't think it's a particularly useful weapon, as I recall. Its major boon is that it increases item discovery, which is great if you're trying to farm stuff. You can stick that in your offhand, just so you have the effect handy and working. Pop, pure black tendency to increase item drop rates. There's a ring as well, I think, that increases likelihood of items dropping. It might even be an armor set that does it as well. I can't remember at this point, if I'm blatantly honest. And there you go. Yeah, this is a super cash fight. It really, really is. I'm half tempted just to poison him. I think he's one of the ones you can poison. Like if you're doing like a soul level 1 run, and you're just really not confident that, even though as you see here, he's just walking up, twatting and walking away. Because I mean, I think at soul level 1, he could technically one-shot you if he gets a lucky swing. So if like you're really uncertain, you just don't want to risk that being a thing that could happen. Break out the kunais, break out Poison Cloud, like I said, it's your friend. And you can just stand behind the, what's the word I'm looking for? The altar, that's it. You just stand behind the altar and keep Poison Clouding him every... Ow! Yeah, okay, case in point. He wasn't actually targeting me per se, he was just swinging in the general direction the damage was coming from. And I got complacent and stopped paying attention. Yes, I did. Poison? Poison? There we go. He got the stank cloud. He's been poisoned. Excellent. Yeah, his health's low enough as well, they shouldn't take more than 20-30 seconds at most. So I get plenty of time just to ramble and enjoy myself while we wait for him to die a slow and agonizing death. So that's how we roll in Demon Souls. Poison is absolutely your friend. There's so much in this game you can really easily take care of. Like the regular mobs, Thiefring on, so you stand outside their sight distance, walk up, lock on, cast Poison Cloud, stand there, watch them die. Pop a spice, do it again. There is very, very little in this game that you'll be forced. Bye, we loved you. You sucked at your job. Very little of the game will force you to fight head on. There are a couple of bosses you cannot Poison Cloud. It tends to be like the gimmick bosses, like the Dragon Guard. You can't poison them. Anything that's supposed to be like a straight up combat encounter that doesn't have a gimmick to it. Pretty much all of those, yeah, pretty much all the bosses that are like combat encounters, you can Poison Cloud. If you can't Poison Cloud them, you can probably stand at a distance, a safe distance, and Firestorm them. You know all those guys I didn't kill. I think it's technically possible. There is at least one spot right here you could technically drop into this room from and avoid the kill box, but I cannot for life remember where it is. I think I figured it out once completely by accident, but whatever. And yes, Roydale's figure there looks nothing like the one that actually ended up in the game, which is something that greatly amuses me for some reason. He's clearly, his original design was clearly like a much younger man to the one we actually got, where he's like half bald and aged. Do I get anything good for the hero's soul?
Bravo! Thank you for offering your demon souls.
You're quite welcome, Frake, old buddy.
I cannot express my gratitude.
I'm sure you could,
have
if you really
my wish
tried.
Granted at so late an age.
Oh, don't be silly, old
Thank
boy.
you. As promised.
Let's see what we can get. Absolutely nothing for this new soul. Excellent. That was a hell of a build-up. Thank you for that, Frake. Right, let's get rid of bloody homing soul arrow. Let's toss some fireballs. That could be fun, right? Right. Especially the first boss of 5-1, actually. Well, all the bosses in 5 are weak to fire. I might actually switch to that dragon longsword at some point. Just to see if that's any good. Well, I know it's going to be good. You know what I meant. Oh well. Yeah, I've got a bunch of leveling up, so I might as well do. This is casual play, so I don't care too much about what my final soul level is. I care about completing the game. Can I might be able to get all the way up to 20 vitality. Yeah, there we go. That works for me. 20, 20, 20, all across the board. All the 20s. I'm not sure what else I want to... Yeah. Suppose I could increase dexterity a bit more.
Art thou done? Main thine.
If any more levels I get, just keep pushing my damage a ton. Yeah, a little bit. That might be an idea. I don't think I'm going to have enough like levels left to actually push all the way to 30, but we can try.
You have rescued the Honourable One.
I did it.
I express my deepest gratitude. You have relieved me of a great onus.
He said
Oh,
onus.
thank God. I'm better.
Alright. Interestingly enough, Chainmail Bro just vanishes at this point of the game.
The magicians will have to watch themselves. Thanks to these holy miracles, you brave battlers of demons will no longer be solely dependent on dark magic.
I smell a dance
Isn't
battle.
it wonderful? Surely the demon slayers have awaited such an opportunity.
Yeah, sure, totally. Don't tell him about my magic.
Do you have any connection to Patches the hyena?
Connection is a
I
strong
trust
word.
not. He is a depraved, vile man, and he deserves no allies.
Yeah, the game really doesn't want you to know what he can
An
sell.
outstanding hero such as yourself is selective when making associations.
Yeah,
By
yeah,
the way,
totally.
I highly recommend the companionship of the jovial sage Urbane.
You don't say. Life of the party, is he?
Have you heard the rumors about Astraea of the Valley of Defilement?
Ooh, gossip.
They claim that she and her royal knight have become demons and
Ah,
lead a
okay.
clan of degenerate miscreants. In truth, the rumors are surely unfounded. There are all sorts of wrongdoers down there who would think up such nonsense.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yet if the rumors are true, then may she be eternally damned for her debasement of the Lord's name.
That was a fast 180. And you got whiplash from that 180.
Yet if the rumors are true, then may she...
Yeah. Wait till you hear about the rumors about
Thanks
her
to
and Gaul
you,
doing the
I was
horizontal
able
mambo.
to seek refuge in this nexus. Now I stay
Got
here
enough bread
and
there,
pray,
mate.
along with my disciples, for the heroes facing the demons. If you wish for benevolent protection
Well, there's
in
fruit
your
and bread
fight
and wine.
against the demons, then bring me demon souls.
Uh-huh. That's what it comes down to,
I
isn't
will
it?
cleanse them and perform a miracle with their power.
Yeah. As much shit as he gives the magicians, he wants demon souls as well. They all do. That's kind of the hypocrisy going on here. Fucking second chance. Yeah, if you ever did, well, people who play Dark Souls 3 know about this. But if you ever did PvP in this game, you'll know why I have that reaction to bloody second chance. That's banishment I was talking about. And cast that and make a PvP invader go bye-bye. There's no, like, kill, nobody gets any issues, you don't get any rankings or anything for it, just poof, out the game.
Astraea of the Valley of Defilement? I'm not sure, but Saint Astraea of the West was accompanied by the knight
I
Gaul
heard she spends a lot of
Vinland.
time on her knees around Gaul, and not just
She
for
would
praying.
never turn to evil with that upstanding knight to guide her.
Oh, he's been upstanding, alright.
Surely it is mere slander. Sadly, the weak are prone to such backstabbing.
Ain't that the truth?
If you truly are a disciple, then you must have a talisman in God's image.
Like the one on the altar there.
Heavenly miracles occur in Boletaria through the talismans.
But only in Boletaria.
God has
Where the
granted
old
this
one is.
accursed land with a special power.
Just like
It
the
is
magicians
God's
and their
way
soul
of
arts.
telling us we must stand up to the demons.
Uh-huh. Yes, here you are, looking for their souls to make these
After
powers
the
stronger.
dark arts spread across the land,
Just like the magicians.
holy miracles were witnessed once again. The will of God is clear. We must defeat the demons, annul the curse of Boletaria, and purge the evil magicians who manipulate those accursed souls.
Uh-huh. Well, he's on kind of thick, but throughout his dialogue,
As
you
you
do
know,
get the impression
Souls are
that,
a source of evil power
perhaps
emanating
they're drawing
from the
power from
demons.
exactly the same place.
King Alant was overcome by a lust for such power, and has placed Boletaria in her present predicament. Old Frake and the Candle Maiden are no exception.
Hey, you lay off the Maiden in Black.
We must defeat the demons,
my bay you're talking about.
annul the curse of Boletaria, and purge the evil magicians who manipulate those accursed
Yeah,
souls.
everyone's evil except for you, we get it.
Old Frake.
Yeah. Okay, let's leave him to it. How about
Thank
you?
goodness, the Lord has not forgotten me yet. For he has reunited me with Saint Urbane. I shall serve him and pray with him, and thus express my faith in God. Mbasa.
It's a good job she got those legs crossed, or she'd slide right off that pillar. Anyhow, that's everything I wanted to get done. I might do a bit more running around and farming in my own time. But again, if I do, I'll point out to you guys. Till next episode, guys. Bye-bye now.